It's Aidan.
It's Taylor.
R is asleep, and we are that family. I guess the first thing I should explain is why we changed our name from Aha to that. So, whenever I made the name Aha, I went back and thought about it, and I felt like it sounded too much like we were trying to rip off the Ace family, because, you know, Austin, Catherine, L, you know, that, and Aidan, Hannah, Ari. So we took the initials of all of our names, all of our middle names, and put them together in a way where it's like, oh, it's that family.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, it's kind of smart, and apparently there are other people who do it on YouTube, but we're us, and they're them.
So we different like that. We different. Anyway.
And I put a poll on my Instagram. Everybody said they wanted to see a video of our story and how we met and how we ended up being parents.
Yeah. So you want to start out or?
I mean, yeah, I'll start out. So, I'm not going to put any names, but me and Hannah met because I was messing with one of her friends. And
it really do be like that.
And her friend logged into her phone to talk to me, and Hannah thought I was cute and seen me on Instagram, and then got my Snapchat. And she got out of a shit-ass relationship with a bitch-ass nigga named Jordan fucking...
Oh my gosh,
Jordan
I'm bleeping that out. I'm bleeping it out. His name's like, it starts with a B.
Jordan something. Bill. That's what it is. Jordan Bill.
I'm bleeping all of this out.
Anyways, this is our first YouTube video, as you can tell. I don't really know what I'm doing. She does, so...
Yeah.
What was I saying? Yeah,
she got out of... about how I just got out of a serious relationship.
Yeah, she got out of a serious relationship with a dude named Jordan. Dude that I don't like. And she came over one night, and
we got together that night.
Yeah.
We started dating. That's it.
Yeah, and then trying to think of how to word this.
What is it?
We started getting to know each other about that first month, and then as the months progressed, I would come and help her family, and we would just get closer to know each other. And then about a year into the relationship, around last December, I had a trip to Ohio, and my beautiful daughter was conceived.
Not while he was away.
No.
To clarify that, it was right before he left. I don't want nobody in the comments being like, who's the real baby daddy? It's this one. Like, our life, our story.
I mean, we pretty much lived regular, schmegular lives. I mean, before Ari was here, we chilled. We would go on, we still do, but I mean, we would go on double dates with Salem and Austin, which is our Hannah's sister, her brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, my brother-in-law, my awesome family. And I would just, like, I mean, we just come, like, we're just us. Like, you detail it, because I really don't know how to detail it.
Like, detail our life?
Yeah.
So, I'm not gonna get, like, too detailed in it, like, what we do on a day-to-day basis, but he told you how we met, and I would definitely say we've had
A hell of a ride.
We've had a hell of a ride. Definitely had our bumps in the road. We've had bad points in times. We've had really good ones. I think it's overall made us, like, a really strong relationship. And we also have a daughter. So I think that was probably, like, the main thing that made us grow closer. Even though you would think that would be, like, something that would tear people apart.
Ooh, okay, yeah, that's something we can talk about.
Yeah,
okay.
it's like, but it brought us closer.
I'm going to tell y'all about why I did not leave, because I get this question all the time just from people in general, why I did not leave. For 14 years of my life, I grew up with a father who was in and out in jail, and my father didn't claim me for the first year of my life. My dad has a lot of baby mama drama, and
Baby
he
mama drama.
still doesn't see some of his kids, and I'm one of the few kids who accepted his apologies and have started. Like, I just started talking to my dad like 2-3 years, like a year or two ago. I finally reconnected with my dad, and this is the strongest relationship it's ever been. So whenever I found out Hannah was pregnant, I suspected it for a really long while. And I mean, like, abortion and running away was never ever my prerogative. I wanted to raise my future daughter. And fun fact, we thought she was a boy for the longest.
We did. No, listen, we thought it was like a boy all the way up until the nights before I went to go get my gender ultrasound, and we were just talking about it, and then it got real quiet, and Aidan deadass looks at me, he's like, I don't even want a boy, I want a girl. We go in there, I'm still expecting a boy, and then boom, I see
When they told me I was gonna have a girl, I cried like a little bit.
I don't cry when I'm happy.
But yeah, so whenever I was a kid, I always told myself I would forever and ever be the best dad that I could to any human extent and ability. And I would never do my daughter the way my parents did me. Because my dad wasn't always right. My dad wasn't always wrong. My mom was not always right. My mom was not always wrong. I just had a fucked up parental relationship for a really long while whenever it came to my mom and my dad. So I think that's what makes me a strong person, and why ever since I was a kid I've been dependent and very strong and dependent on myself. And I mean, I just never thought about leaving. Like, that's just not my prerogative. I can detail the labor for y'all. So we're gonna do the day of Hannah.
No, I want to tell it from my point of view first.
Okay.
Well,
then go.
Because before we actually went to the hospital, like 2 days before, it was like the day after I finally started my homebound, I started having my contractions, but I can't go, like, I can't remember the term, but it's like basically like a dragged out labor where
It was called pre-labor. That's what it is.
Yeah, pre-labor. I had it for almost 3 days. Pre-labor. It was hell. I hated it. So I'm just letting y'all know, all y'all girls in high school getting your baby feet. No! It hurt, like, really bad. Up until they gave me the epidural, it didn't hurt. See, I don't really remember too much because they put me on, like, heavy drugs. I've never been on drugs before. They made me do drugs. I was crazy. I was wonky. Apparently, I was yelling. Stupid shit. I threw up ice cream.
You threw up ice cream?
Yeah, I ate some orange ice cream. I threw it up. I mean, that's cool. It'd be like that. But I think after they gave me the epidural, like, I couldn't feel nothing. So, to anybody else who wants to ask me if labor hurts, come watch this video and I'll let you know it didn't. It didn't hurt. It was a lot of pressure. And a lot of people thought it hurt because I was screaming, but it was just that really intense pressure over her head that made me scream. And it was also the fact that they didn't want me to scream, just made me want to scream. So, like, but you can talk from your point of view now.
So, from my point of view, I thought Hannah was going to go into labor. The first time I ever had a labor scare for me, I was staying over at Hannah's house one night, and she had an episode. Whenever Hannah was pregnant, she would get, I want to say, really dehydrated. She would wake up in the middle of the night, she would start shaking and shivering, and she wouldn't be able to walk or anything like that. I'm just going to go ahead and give y'all a heads up. Anybody who's thinking about having a baby, it's the labor part isn't even the worst part. It's being pregnant. The pregnant part is like the worst part. Everything is fine up until that third trimester. That third trimester would be the worst trimester. But Hannah didn't go into labor for a couple more months, and then I was at school one day, and well, I know I was getting ready to go to school, and Hannah called me and told me she was having contractions and told me that she was thinking about going to the hospital. So I stayed out of school the whole day because I thought my daughter was finna be born, and she wasn't. So I went to school the next day. I'm going to school, and for anybody who goes to Pendleton High School, you know, we have advisor, which is where we all socialize. It's like recess for high schoolers. So we're in advisor, and I asked my best friend Adler, his girlfriend, for her hotspot, because, you know, your boy ain't got no service. I ain't had a cell phone plan for 15 motherfucking years, you dig? But anyways, that's besides the point. I know y'all niggas gonna be hating on me. Fuck all y'all. But anyways, we gotta bleep that out. But, sunshines and roses. Ugh. Okay. So, I'm in advisor. I'm on Diana's hotspot. You think it'd be alright if I put her name in? Yeah. Y'all subscribe to Diana's YouTube. I'm gonna put it in the description. I'm gonna find it somehow. But y'all subscribe to Diana's YouTube. Diana really be out here doing some shit. But, we was chilling. And Hannah's like, I'm at the hospital. And I'm at risk of going into labor. So, around 4th period, I was in Coach Noble's class. Me and my homies Ray, Darius, and Kodak were talking. They were saying today's gonna be the day you become a dad. And
I'll cover it.
And Coach Noble gets a call, said my mom's here to get me. Said it's important. He looked at me. He said, "All right, pops." And I walked out. And then we were on the way there. This next part's gonna piss my dad off. But Dad, if you're watching, I'm sorry, but I was really stressed out, and I smoked 2 cigarettes back to back on the way there, because I was really, really stressed out. And we go to the hospital, and we were dead ass there for like 4 or 5 hours just waiting and waiting. My mom leaves, her mom leaves. The doctors come in, and me and my sister-in-law are chilling out in the hallway because they're checking on Hannah. And I hear the nurse lady go, "Oh my God, I feel the head." So I had to rush and get Salem's phone and call my mother and tell them to come back. They gave Hannah the epidural, and within 20 minutes, we had to wait like 10 or something for them to get ready and Hannah to go and start pushing. And 15 minutes later, my beautiful daughter was here. And it was very emotional. I remember seeing her, and I cried and cried. I cried so much. I went outside to hug my mom, and I inhaled a piece of her hair, and it got caught in my throat because I was crying so much. Because I got asthma on the low, so whenever I start crying, I'll be like, I sound like a fish out of water. I sound like a fish out of water. And I was trying to breathe, and a piece of my mom's hair got in my throat. But Salem was crying. Your mom wasn't crying at all. Your mom was a tough bitch. But
Your mama bad bitches.
your mama don't cry. But my mom was crying, and I was crying. And then they made me do skin to skin. I had to whip my titties up for everybody. I poured ketchup all over my titties.
Isn't that barbecue sauce?
Is it barbecue sauce?
So I was just in there, barbecue sauce on my titties.
But, yeah, that's how that happened. This shit was fucking crazy, bro. Like, it was really crazy, but, and then, that's not where the story is, though, because I'm going to give y'all the details of what it is to, what it's really like to be a parent. I'm not going to lie, I was scared, because babies could die in their sleep. The first week, I did not go to sleep. I would constantly watch Ari and make sure she was breathing. I wouldn't sleep. I would sleep in the daytime while Hannah was with the baby. And it's not as bad as people tell you it's gonna be. Like, it's really not. Like, it's, I mean, it's decent. Like, it really feels more like an honor than a burden. Cause, I mean, you got a beautiful little girl, little boy, with whatever y'all got, you know, and it's yours. Like, it's a human, it's a tiny human that you have. Like, you never really think about it until you look at him, and you're like, oh my God, like, that came out of me. Like, it's really crazy. Like, it really is. But I love it. Like, I love being a father. I mean, I know I'm really young, but I get more time to spend with my daughter, and I love it. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. I would not go back and fix anything. if I could. And it's brought me and him closer as a couple and made us stronger. And we get a lot more liberties because we're seen as adults, you know, because we're responsible individuals of a beautiful little girl. We get a lot more privileges. People say that, we get a lot more free time than you would really get as a teenager because people say, oh, well, your social life is gone. I mean, like,
not really.
Not really. Whenever you're about to have a child, you see who your real friends are and who your real friends aren't. And the ones I'm gonna shout out is shout out to Ray, Kodak, and Darius, and Adler, and Bryson. And, you know, y'all know who you is. Like, y'all was there.
Y'all the real ones.
Really shout out to Adler and Bryson because, you know, y'all came through and checked up on me at the hospital. Y'all been my dogs for life, though, so y'all already know how we rolling. I love y'all. No homo. That's that gay shit. But y'all my brothers. Fun time talking to y'all. And I don't know what the next video gonna be, but
yeah, y'all need to let us know. Like, we don't know what to think of. Y'all need to, like, comment, or you can text us. I always put our socials in our bios like I did on the intro. So if you have suggestions, because we original bitches, we don't copy.
we are copying.
We are kind of copying. Well, we didn't ask to have a baby. So we didn't copy.
But y'all just let us know. But
yes.
This is that family.
And
signing off.
Like.
Oh my God. Yeah, I guess I gotta do this thing that all the YouTubers do. Please like and subscribe.
And comment. And turn
just
that
more
little
importantly,
bell on.
like I said, this is that family.
That
Signing
family.
off.